What's going on, guys? G.I. Joe collectors out there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing figure unboxing video. So I'm talking too fast, getting a hold of myself. That coffee's kicking in. Whew. Alright, man, so here we're going to be looking at the Mezco Firefly, the 1/12 scale. Out of the, you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with this line. I mean, they've been around for a long time. They've made a lot of great figures like Punisher, a lot of Batman, Gomez, and all those cool little mutant characters. But yeah, man, this figure I got him from Jason King on the one through the Facebook groups. Shout out to you, bro. Hopefully you watch this. I'm gonna send you the link later. But yeah, man, let's get to it. Got my little knife right here. Let's get this bad boy opened up. I don't think I'm gonna collect the whole line, because I do like the Fig Zero ones as well. Oh man, look at that great packaging. Thank you, man, really appreciate it. Out of the box. So here you got the vintage artwork right there, front cover, and then you got on the back you got some images of all the accessories and the figure and whatnot. That's really cool, man, really digging it. So he does come with 2 flying drones, 10 interchangeable hands, 3 interchangeable head portraits. Why not put head sculpts? Goggles, backpack, rover drone, and 2 drone smoke trail effects. Handgun with 3 removable magazines. That's a plus. Submachine gun with 3 removable magazines and 3 gun blast effects. Very nice. He's got a tablet computer. He's got 2 explosive devices, 2 grenades in varying styles. That's very cool. 1 large tactical knife, 2 small knives, walkie-talkie, and 2 detonators. He does come with a 1/12 collective display base stand with adjustable posing post, removable pouches, thigh holsters, knife sheaths, and wrist communicator. It comes with a lot, man. That's pretty cool for $100. That's not bad. If you can spend the extra $50 on a figure, this is the one to have, man. This is one of those figures. In my opinion, I prefer Mezco over Super 7 and over SH Figuarts, even Mayfix a lot of times. I got out of the Mayfix line completely. Like, I had Gambit, I had all those hardcore figures. The Batman Hush, which was going for a lot of money at some point. I don't know if he still is. And then Catwoman, all those characters, Wolverine, Spider-Man. I had all of them, and I just got rid of them because they just seemed too flimsy to me. I'm just like, I know I don't want to be spending a lot of money on those figures. So let's get this packaging open. I'm excited about this guy, man. Can't wait to put him next to. I'm really looking forward to Cobra Commander. I don't know. I'm not sure if they really revealed him or if he got leaked. If they're gonna make one. I haven't really been keeping up with all the drops. All right. So you got your disclaimer here. Welcome to the club and whatnot. Product care guidelines. So let's put that there. The box. I don't want to scuff up the box too much. Here we've got some instructions, and it just talks about the gear, backpack, and all that stuff. We might have to keep that because it looks like there's a lot of small pieces that can get lost, or it's very confusing in configuring the figure. Right here you got the first shell out, and then wow, how many shells does he have? It comes into 3 pieces. Let me check the bottom. So here you have the figure, right? Head sculpts, hands, backpack, holsters, and a few other pieces. So there you have them. That's gonna be a lot of homework, taking them apart and putting what pieces, changing pieces. And then here he comes with other accessories like blast effects, knives, his submachine gun, his silencers, and his holsters, smoke effects, firing effects, and his belt, utility belt, I believe. Yeah, utility belt. And then this shell comes with the base stand, the storage baggie, and the post. Definitely loving that base stand, man. That's very cool. You can use it as a coaster. Let's get the figure out of the box. There's a lot of detail on these guys, and I want to try to cover as much as I can for you guys, so you guys can get a close look. Wow, he just looks awesome, bro. He looks like a freaking, it's just a miniature hot toy. His head sculpt his head looks a little slightly big, but once we put the armor and everything on him, it'll, you know, the symmetry of the figure, the proportion, it'll just all add up and blend in really nice. But there you have him. That's the soft goods. His head sculpt right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully the camera is catching that very nice. All the joints seem nice and snug and tight. Nothing too flimsy, loose. Whew, that one scared me. Okay, all right. So before we get into anything or the figure itself, here is his backpack, and it comes with straps. That's very, very detailed, man. That's awesome. It's incredible. So I guess it just like hugs over his shoulders like that, and then everything just attaches right here, and then the top opens, and that's where the flying drone, I guess, parks. So that's really nice, man. Like, that's so crazy. Firefly is so intuitive. He's got all these little toys and things that go boom. And then this seems like it's a holster of some sort. That's not a holster. It's just some kind of tactical detonators that go on his thigh. And then this is the actual holster. So this, I've got it in the right position. The gun just like slides in there downward. Here I've got the knife sheaths. You got 3 knife sheaths. You got 2 small ones. I believe they're for knives. We have the larger one. So that's really cool. Look at that. Look at that, man. I'm just so astounded by it. And then you got the goggles. Look at that. It's not just solid plastic, you know. It's a little translucent. Nice. They put a little baggies, not like before where they would just wrap it with some kind of band of plastic. So this one's like a muggy face, like an angry face. So I really, really like that, man. That's freaking awesome, dude. Man, this guy just looks like a character out of Call of Duty, man. Here's a second out of the 3 head sculpts. Like mad, right? He's already, you know, detonating some bombs, planting some bombs. You got 1 set of throwing hands. You guys can see that. 1 set of open palm hands. That's very cool, man. They're nicely sculpted, nicely painted. You got 2 holding hands, probably for the tablet computer. You got some trigger fingers, trigger hands, 1 set of trigger hands. And then you got some open hands, right? Like holding hands. This is probably for knives, right? These are definitely for the knives. And as well as nicely sculpted. Everything's clean. So everything seems good. Hardly even smells like chemicals and toxics. Up here we've got a small drone. He's got an RC drone. Kind of looks like something Batman would use. And you got 2 flying drones right here. Small. These are super fragile. You don't want to lose these for sure. So you got 2 of these bad boys. He does come with his little tech pad. That's really cool. It opens up right there. You can see the little numbers and the little buttons. And then it does have the bands on it, which you can just put on his forearm. I believe it goes on one of his forearms. Show you guys everything he comes with, but because he does come with a lot of great accessories. This is the SMG gun, and you pull back the stock like that, so that's really cool. Looks a little weird because of the opening like that, but you know, you can always just leave it closed, and it doesn't look too bad like that. It looks so real, and you can just pop out the magazine. You can see the sculpting of the rounds right there, so that's very awesome. And you got some sculpting on there as well, and then the paint apps are awesome, man. It just looks so real. Like, look at that. It's like painted gunmetal, and he's got some like weathering on there, some brushing. That's freaking awesome. Definitely loving it. And I think this is the right suppressor that goes. This is the suppressor, so you're just gonna like slide it in there like that, and it's so cool, man. It's not flimsy or nothing. You still don't want to drop this. You don't want to put something heavy above it, because I feel like you'll still snap it. But it's a lot more durable than other guns I've seen on classified series lines. You could like drop this, and you know what I mean. It won't break or bend or anything crazy. And here is his secondary firearm. Really cool pistol, man. I don't think the pistol. Oh, the magazine comes out on it. There's no brown showing. Well, it looks like it's sculpted on there, but it's not painted. But that's all right. I mean, that's something that's not gonna be exposed at all. And you got that gunmetal and that dry brushing and that spectacular sculpting on that gun, man. It looks really nice. Looks like one of Master Chief's pistols. And then here you got some dynamites and some bombs right there with some timers there. Very nicely sculpted and painted. Really good detail, man. You can use these for your classified figures as well, or anything else. Here's his utility belt. It's got a little peg right here to open it. Boom. And it's nicely recessed right there, so I'm really liking that. It's nicely designed right there, and then you just push it back in, and then it locks. So there you got 3 knives, 2 magazines for each weapon. You got detonators, grenades, tablet, and some kind of detonator. different style grenades. So that's really cool. I'm digging that, man. And this base stand does come with a peg right there. So I think you can just pop out the peg. I'm not gonna get into that here right now. But and then this just parks on top of the thing, so you can kind of get him in some cool poses. So we're gonna put his backpack on first. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all his gear on first, and then we're gonna get into articulation, because it may or may not be the same. Super nice, nicely detailed, bro. Man, I'm loving it. Let's get the utility belt out, because that's probably the most important. Second most important. There's his belt. So it looks very nice, man. It's starting to look like a paratrooper. He looks pretty cool. All right, so that's the utility belt. Boy, I'm gonna have a lot of fun editing this video. So that's one sheath right there. So you could just I don't really like the idea of the bigger one being by his wrist. I'd rather put the smaller one, so you can take some cool pictures of him trying to pull it out really quick. There's one sheath right there, the computer tablet thing. That's gonna go on his left arm. So that's his tablet right there, his little computer, and that looks really nice. It's a nice touch. Check the time, check his emails, his text from his wife, if he has one. Hey, what time you coming home? Some things are gonna come loose and come off, so it's probably best if you just kind of get him in the pose you want, and then just readjust everything. I mean, when you do videos, stop motion, it's gonna hinder you a little bit. It's gonna get in the way articulation wise. He can look up, he can look down, he can spin his head 360, but because of the turtleneck and the grenades on the belt, you're gonna be hindered a little bit. So keep that in mind. He can turn a little bit more to his right than his left. Our 360 ball joints swivel at the biceps, but keep in mind, because of the suit, you're gonna be pretty much you're gonna lose a lot of articulation there. But he's got double jointed elbows, which those flex nicely well. All right, so ab crunch, it's in there, but because of the gear, you're pretty much hindered. You do get a swivel at the waist, so a ball hinge joint probably. Same thing as the other arms. And then you got ball hinge joints legs, but he can kick pretty high for having the suit, the jumpsuit. So that's not too bad. You do get a double jointed knee, and then you got a swivel boot cut, and then you have ankle rocker pivot at the base of the leg, and then you have, I thought it had a joint here, a swivel at the toes like the McFarlane figures, but it doesn't. And then you have a peg hole to put your to put it on the base stand, and that's about it. As for sculpting, and the grenades are just sculpted really nice. The backpack, everything from the backpack to the belt. Here's a look at his little pad thing on his arm. That was one of my favorite features. Let's jump into the weapons and stuff. So I'm gonna put this guy right here. Let's get him in a chill stance. Kind of looks like Raptor from Fortnite, right? My son sees this guy, he's gonna be like, "Hey, that looks like Raptor." I'm not gonna change every single one. What I'll do is I'll add some B-roll at the end and some pictures at the very end of the video. That way you guys can get a better glance and look at him. Here he is holding his SMG, so that's really nice. You can switch that out, get that trigger finger in there, and then the top of the gun actually releases like he's shooting. So that's really cool. That's a very nice touch, if you guys can see that, if the camera's getting it. And then you can just add one of these amazing attachments, put one of those effects on there. So that's very nice. I'm really digging that. That is so helpful for display and for photography. Put these on the SMG as well. You just pop it in there. You just gotta be very gentle and precise with it. So that's a nice touch, man. Look at that. Yeah, you can use this for your classified. His sidearm just slides into his holster right here, which is tricky because the top is going to slide back, so you kind of like have to hold that in place to get it right where you want it. Attachment to the holster is going to continue to pop off until you get them in the pose you want. And like I previously mentioned, it's going to be one of those things that's in your way. Before we go, we are going to get some size comparisons. All right, got my tape measure here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just measure him. So right here we've got him a little bit over 6 inches. He stands about 6'7", 6 and 9/16. I've got some comparisons here with other toy line figures. I think this is Red Hood from Arkham Origins, I believe, or Arkham Knight. I'm not too sure which video game he's out of. So he stands just a little, a lot more, a lot under the McFarlane scale, which this is a 7-inch figure. And here I do have a Classified Series Cobra officer. So you can see right there, it goes well in hand with the Classified line. Here we have him next to a Marvel Legends figure, another Hasbro line. He stands a little bit above him, maybe about 1/4 of an inch. So he's definitely not a small figure. That was one of my fears, that these Mezco G.I. Joe figures were just going to be under scale. And also, before I go, I'm very excited for the new movie, the crossover film for Transformers and G.I. Joe. Let us know if you're going to be watching that, or if you're excited for any toy lines that will be coming out for that. But that's it for the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, enjoy. Catch you in the next one.